Now tuned into the greatest.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
The best sports podcast there is.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast. You know, a community that makes sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you hear something you disagree with, or even if you want to outsmart me or add a comment on something, give us a call, 219-413-9405. Now look, to kick off the show, it's a lot, man. It's a lot of conversational things right now. Obviously, the hype of the NBA is not there. The hype of the NFL is not there right now. It's kind of MLB's time, which is cool. But let's be honest. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about MLB. I got some other stuff in store, man. Starting off, college football, Northwestern. This is kind of local, Illinois. Northwestern, they fired their head coach, Pat Fitzgerald, man, following an investigation regarding hazing with the football program. So right off the bat, I was shocked. I was shocked. This guy is one of the most winningest coaches in the program. He played for the program as well at Northwestern for the football team. He was Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year in 95 and 96. Very much a legend in the Evanston, Illinois area with Northwestern football. So when this thing came out about hazing and the players on his team hazing, it caught a lot of people by surprise. To me, I personally, I feel like it happens. It does happen. The weird small things of players coming out with no shoes, can't find the shoes, jerseys is gone, helmets is tagged up a different type of way. All kind of weird stuff does definitely happen. And sometimes it can be harmless. You know, some typical small things can be considered hazing, but on the level that this was happening within the program, it was insane. I mean, some of the stuff that I read about this was insane, and then now he's trying to deny that he didn't know anything about it. But my thing is, if you're the head coach of the program, you're one of the most winningest programs or winningest coaches in the program, you know what's going on. That tells me you know what's going on. You're well connected with your stars. You're well connected with the role guys, with the leaders on the team. So you know, and you're very much involved with so many different elements of this team. So to me, I'm like, it's absolutely no way you don't know that hazing is going on in your program or going on in the locker room, whatever the case may be. It was crazy. So I'm gonna read one of the quotes on it. One of the quotes. This came from an anonymous football player at Northwestern. He used to play there. He told the Daily Northwestern, the upperclassmen punished the young players who made mistakes in games and practices. And this is a quote. They called the ritual running. And he said, it's a shocking experience as a freshman to see your fellow freshman teammates get ran. But crazy. But then you see everybody bystanding in the locker room. It's just really abrasive and barbaric culture that has permeated throughout the program for years on end now. Crazy quote. It sounds brutal. You never want to see anybody get ran, whatever way they mean that. You just don't want to see that. You don't really want to hear about it either. So it's horrible to hear that. Obviously, I don't disagree with the way that it's been described. I'm not with it. It's bullying in a sense, so it's not cool. Clearly, many people have said it's been going on. That's just one quote that I found and one quote that I read. So I wanted to share that also. But man, as a head coach who pays so much attention to detail within the game and outside of the game as well, it's absolutely no way he doesn't know what's going on. And the only thing I disagree with the firing of the head coach and all of that is now there's talks of possibly halting the build of a new stadium. They're trying to build a new stadium, but they're possibly going to put it on pause because of the hazing allegations. That has absolutely nothing to do with what this man has been doing. I mean, I understand everybody wants to be safe. You don't want to offend anybody. You don't want the people to feel as if they're not cared for after going through the hazing situations. But not building a new stadium is not going to do anything to either fix or hurt the situation. At the end of the day, if you had plans to implement a new stadium there, it was for a reason. So you should continue on and go ahead and do it. I mean, obviously you already fired him, release a couple more statements saying, you'll investigate more into the program, but ultimately, I mean, I think it's handled after you've already fired the coach. You don't need to start pausing the new stadiums. All right, so look, let's switch up the gears a little bit. I got a couple side takes. Summer League, we'll touch on Summer League a little bit more. I'm a proud Pistons fan right now. I've been seeing some promise from one of the young guys that we drafted, Asar Thompson. He's been doing his thing. He had a super, super cool alley-oop that we watched in that Summer League game against the Raptors. I'm not gonna lie to you, we didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. If you watched it, kudos to you. You know what I'm talking about, but I seen the highlights for it. Not many people really go around bragging on Summer League and watching Summer League, but I like the head on his shoulders. That's why I'm giving him a little quick highlight, because from the interviews and stuff that I've watched with him, I know a poised young man when I see it, because I consider myself as a poised young man. But man, it's not even about like him trying to get his stats. He's not trying to show people that he can score. He's not trying to show people that he can rebound. The man is just trying to win. Literally, when you look at his stats by game, you see points or you see numbers in every single category. You see point totals, you see blocks, you see steals, you see rebounds. And then he's out there playing his heart out as if it is the season is intact right now. And that's not even the case. So I love watching that from someone the Pistons drafted. So I'm kind of feeling like a winner, feeling like we actually got it right. It's about time. Also, some other guys who've been balling out in the Summer League. Jabari Smith, he's been doing his thing as well. He's actually leading the Summer League in points right now, 35 points per game with the Rockets. Rockets, they got a little squad over there. They got a little squad over there. Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, who was the draft pick for them. Cam Whitmore as well, picked up in the draft. They got some nice young guys. So to me, they're definitely a team you're going to want to watch out for in the upcoming years. Another side note here, NBA 2K is about to come out, not the Summer League, the game. Some guys are fans, fan of the league, and you fan of the game as well. So with the game, here's my only thing about it. I just don't want to buy the same exact game that I've been buying for the last 3 to 4 years. I'm not doing it. And they're genius because they put Kobe on the front. Of course, how can you not capitalize on that? It's 2K24, and obviously, you have to put the number 24 on there with Kobe. So it's genius from them, but I don't want to buy the game just because it's Kobe on there. And then now games are digital. So it's not like I can just look at the case sitting around next to the Xbox or PlayStation. I'm not even going to have the physical copy of Kobe on the cover like I used to do with 2K10 and all of those other stuff. So that's kind of concerning for me too. And then I've seen the trailer for it. Not much looks different. They've been bragging on this crossplay as well for my video game heads. Some of the PlayStation fans, some of the Xbox fans, they've been bragging on the crossplay, but it's not much that's really going on outside of that. I mean, there's been so many requests of, can you guys fix this? Can you fix the shooting? Can you fix the defense? Can you fix the motion, I guess is what you call it. Just the basic gameplay of the motion of the players. And some of that stuff has still not been fixed over the last few 2Ks. So, I'm not really trying to get scammed again, but I got a good feeling they probably gonna get the bread out of me at some point. And then the price done went up on the games now. It ain't no longer $50 or $60 like it used to be. The shit is $70 now for the game. So it's crazy. Come on, man. Come on. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you don't even get a digital copy. I remember there was a point of time you used to get posters. You used to get the controller skins. You used to get all the dope physical things when you buy the game, especially a limited edition type, because now they got different copies. You can buy the $70 version. It's like a $90 version, and then it's a $120 version. This is crazy. They done got elite, and they done got very, very smart with all of the promotional aspects and stuff. But there was a point in time you could buy the $60 version of NBA 2K. Just buy it early, pre-buy it, pre-book it, whatever it is, and then you would get posters, skins, extra stuff in the game because you pre-ordered it. All of that. What the hell happened to that? Them the days I miss, man. Maybe when they throw a promotion like that, then I'll probably jump back into it and be quick to spend my money. But right now, nah, I'm coming to the party late. I'm coming to the party late for all my 2K guys out there, or 2K girls. But we got some news for the run as well. Some MLB in the news, Kyrie Irving in the news, NFL coming up, a hypothetical question after the news, Summer League as well. And then, man, we wrapping up. But don't move. We're going to take a quick break. We'll jump right back into it. What's up, everybody? I'm Manny from the Run with Manny Wilson podcast. Sports fans, I've been wanting to talk to you about the first interactive sports podcast I have. See, unlike the big networks of ESPN and Fox Sports, I actually care about what my listeners think. I want to hear my listeners' opinions and even for them to tell me when I'm wrong. So anytime you hear an incredible solo take from yours truly, a special guest segment, or interesting news, you can make sure your voice is heard in the conversation by leaving a quick take on our voicemail line. Listen to the Run with Manny Wilson podcast wherever you get your podcast. All right, and news for the run. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. of the Blue Jays won the 2023 Home Run Derby on All-Star Weekend this past weekend. And his father, Vladimir Guerrero Sr., won the Home Run Derby back in 2007. Therefore, they are the first father and son duo to win a Home Run Derby. And that's dope for them. Moving on to the NBA, actually, Kyrie Irving, he found himself a shoe deal after being dropped by Nike. According to Shams, Kyrie Irving and Chinese sportswear brand Anta have agreed to a 5-year deal. Terms in the contract also give Kyrie Irving a unique position as chief creative officer with the company. So this gives him the ability to recruit other candidates as well and other athletes as well to the brand. Now, some notable athletes in the NBA with the brand Anta is also Klay Thompson. So it's still an upcoming brand, but Kyrie is definitely looking to add more fire to the fuel and change this thing around. Now, moving on to the NFL. NFL and NFL Films have selected the New York Jets to serve as this year's team on HBO's Hard Knocks series. Cameras will begin rolling the start of training camp on July 19th, which is this upcoming week. All right, so let's switch up the mood just a little bit. I got a couple hypotheticals, and this is really one hypothetical. So let me paint the picture for you. So I seen this. Someone sent it to me on Instagram, actually. It was dope, and I thought it was cool. So we took a vote on it because it was interesting. So the question was, would you rather have a career like Robert Horry or James Harden? And the graphic, it showed Robert Horry with his 7 rings and $54 million, with his pocket change. It's probably what he made through his career. And then it showed James Harden with 0 rings and $300 million worth his contract of currently and all of that. So the question was, who would you rather, have a career like? Would it be James Harden or Robert Horry? 59% of y'all said it'd be Robert Horry. You're taking the rings and you're taking the $54 million. Can't be mad at that. 41% of y'all said you're going with James Harden. Damn the rings. Just give me the money. Give me the $300 million. And in this situation, I'm not upset at you, bro. Look, I think sometimes I know we have a lot of conversations about rings and this guy's ringless. He shouldn't be able to talk because he didn't have a ring and all of that. But dog, open your eyes for a second. $300 million and no rings. 300. That's almost $500 million. 300 million. Damn the rings. You know how many rings you can buy with 300 million? 300 million and 54 million is a big ass gap. And I know it's still a lot of money, whether you take the 54 million, but man, 300 million. And then on James Harden's behalf, you putting up 30 a game. You probably even making more because you get the endorsements, you get the fans, all of that stuff. So even if you got a large following, so you can start anything, you can start podcasts, start TV shows, start clothing lines, all of that stuff with the 300 million that you have, and you already have a huge fan base as well because you've been putting up 30 points a game for the last 7 years in the league. Ain't no way in hell I'm not choosing James Harden in this situation. I know it's a complete hypothetical, but man, 7 rings, to hell with them rings. I'm not even tripping about it. And then Robert Horry wasn't really a guy who's going to be in the GOAT conversation anyway. He's the backseat guy. Take his 7 rings. He won. He's a champion. Cool. He had the experience. But man, I'm taking the 300 mil. Ain't no way. All right. So look, the Summer League, as I mentioned, I told you I was going to talk about the Summer League just for a second. And I know I mentioned not many people watch the Summer League, including myself. I follow up on the highlights. It's the Summer League. It's not filled with a bunch of NBA talented basketball guys. And what's crazy, A lot of these guys are very much talented, but it's just not NBA level. So it's a slight difference. And when you watch these guys play, a lot of them are playing for a spot in the league. Some of them are coming from overseas. Some of them are coming from the G League. Obviously, first round draft picks, undrafted guys, all playing in the same pool. So one of the things I do like about the Summer League, whenever I do sit down and watch a couple quarters or something, or just watch a couple of runs, or even if it's just the highlights of some guys that's going off that we're unsure about. I love the fact that, we are learning new people. We're learning a new talent and watching them give their all and to learn their new story of their journey of how far they've come. Maybe they played 9 seasons overseas or something, and then they're finally coming to the NBA trying to transition. They get an opportunity to showcase what they've been doing for the past several years. So that's one of the things about the Summer League, which is so special. And it's not even as much as the talent and watching the draft picks do their thing and watching the draft picks kind of transition to the next level. That's also a plus as well. But a lot of guys, people know, casual guys where same high school, same college, like people know a lot of these guys because you got to be really, really talented to get to the NBA. And Summer League is a reminder of that because some people can drop 30 in Summer League and go to the NBA and not really do much. So I think it's a great opportunity to really open your eyes, look at basketball, and just assess the skill level that really comes with the guys who's been pretty much just perfecting their craft for the last several years. So it's something that I really enjoy, even though I don't watch it as much as I want to. Also, because I'm honestly busy too. I'm on the run, man. Hey, that's why it's literally called The Run. But other than that, hey, if you heard something you dislike, you agree with, you disagree with, go ahead, drop a take, man. 219-413-9405. Maybe it's the 2K game. Maybe you like, I'm done with 2K. I'm not falling for the scam. Maybe you against it. You like, they can keep scamming me. I'm with it. Or even if it's your team, they balling out in Summer League, something, go ahead, drop a quick take, and we gonna air it on our next episode. But until then, man, that's all we have for you today. I greatly appreciate you tuning in with me. And until then, we will be back later on next week, and so on and so on and so on.